The wisdom of Proverbs. How God's wisdom can change your life. What if the wisdom you need for your life is closer than you think? What if the answers you have been searching for are not found in more money, more success, more followers, or more recognition, but in learning to listen to God? There are moments in life when we all feel uncertain. You may have a decision in front of you, but you don't know which direction to take. You may be working hard, but you still feel like something is missing. You may have people around you, yet somehow feel completely alone. And sometimes you may simply ask, God, what am I supposed to do? The Book of Proverbs gives us a powerful picture of wisdom. Wisdom is more than intelligence. It is more than knowing facts. Wisdom is knowing how to live when life becomes difficult. It is knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. It is knowing when to move forward and when to walk away. It is choosing truth when a lie would be easier. It is choosing forgiveness when anger feels more natural. And most importantly, it is learning to trust God even when you cannot see the entire road ahead. Imagine standing at the beginning of a long road. You can see only a few steps in front of you. The rest of the road disappears into the distance. You don't know what is waiting around the next corner. But God sees the entire journey. He sees the beginning. He sees the middle. And He already knows the destination. That is why trusting God matters. We often want God to show us the entire plan before we take the first step. But sometimes God gives us enough light for today and asks us to trust Him with tomorrow. This is where wisdom begins, not with having every answer, but with recognizing that God knows more than we do. There's a kind of pride that tells us, I can handle everything myself. I know what is best. I don't need anyone. I don't need God. But life has a way of teaching us that we are not in control of everything. Plans change. People leave. Opportunities disappear. Unexpected problems arrive. And sometimes the thing we trusted most suddenly becomes uncertain. In those moments, wisdom teaches us to return to God. Not because we have failed, but because we finally remember where our strength comes from. Think about your own life for a moment. How many times have you worried about something that never happened? How many times have you made a decision because you were afraid? How many times have you listened to the opinions of people instead of listening to God? And how many times did you later realize that you should have waited? Wisdom teaches patience. Not everything needs to happen today. Not every opportunity is meant for you. Not every person who enters your life is meant to stay forever. And sometimes a closed door is protection. Sometimes a delay is preparation. And sometimes God removes something from your life because He knows what you cannot see. This is why we need wisdom. Because feelings can change. Circumstances can change. People can change. But God's character does not change. When your emotions are loud, wisdom teaches you to slow down. When anger rises, wisdom says wait. When temptation appears, wisdom asks, where will this decision lead? And when fear tells you to give up, faith reminds you that God is still present. Your words also matter. Every day, we have the power to use words that heal, or words that hurt. Think about how powerful a simple sentence can be. I believe in you. I forgive you. You are not alone. I am praying for you. Sometimes a few words can change someone's entire day. But the opposite is also true. A careless word can remain in someone's heart for years. That is why wisdom teaches us to think before we speak. You don't have to respond to everything. You don't have to win every argument. You don't have to prove that you are right. Sometimes the wisest thing you can do is remain quiet. There is strength in silence. There is strength in patience. And there is strength in refusing to let anger control you. Maybe someone has hurt you. Maybe someone betrayed your trust. Maybe someone said something about you that was unfair. Your first instinct may be to fight back. But wisdom asks a different question. What response will bring peace? Forgiveness does not mean pretending that nothing happened. It means refusing to allow someone else's actions to control your heart forever. You can forgive and still establish boundaries. You can love someone and still walk away from unhealthy situations. You can release bitterness without returning to the same place that hurt you. That is wisdom. Another lesson Proverbs teaches us is humility. Pride can make us believe that we are always right. It can make us refuse correction. It can make us ignore advice. And eventually, pride can lead us into decisions we later regret. But humility says, I may not know everything. I may need help. I may need correction. I can learn. And a teachable heart can grow. The child falls, then gets up, falls again, gets up again. The child does not say, I failed, so I will never walk again. Instead, the child keeps trying. Sometimes your spiritual life works the same way. You may fall. You may make mistakes. You may choose the wrong path. But your failure does not have to become your identity. You can get back up. You can learn. You can ask God for forgiveness. And you can continue walking. Maybe you're listening to this right now because you have been carrying regret. You keep thinking about something you said. If that is you, remember this. Your past can teach you without controlling you. You cannot rewrite yesterday, but you can choose what you do today. God can take a broken chapter and use it as part of a greater story. You may not understand why certain things happened, but you can still trust Him with what comes next. There is another important lesson. Do not compare your journey with someone else's. Social media makes comparison almost unavoidable. You see someone's success, their new house, their career, their relationship, their vacations, their achievements, and suddenly you look at your own life and wonder, why am I behind? But you're not running their race. You are living your own journey. God did not create you to become a copy of someone else. Your timing may be different. Your path may be different. Your calling may be different. And your season may be different. Someone else's blessing does not mean God has forgotten you. Someone else's success does not mean your life is failing. Sometimes you are watching someone else's harvest while you are still planting seeds. Keep planting. Keep praying. Keep growing. Keep trusting. A seed does not become a tree overnight. Growth takes time. And spiritual growth takes time too. There will be seasons when you feel close to God. And there will be seasons when God feels silent. Do not assume that silence means absence. The sun still exists even when clouds cover it. In the same way, God's presence does not disappear simply because you cannot feel it. Keep seeking Him. Keep praying. Keep reading His Word. Keep choosing faith. Your emotions are real, but they're not always reliable guides. Wisdom teaches you to build your life on something stronger than feelings. Build it on truth. Build it on faith. Build on character. Build it on God. And remember that wisdom is not only about avoiding bad decisions. It is also about becoming a better person, becoming more patient, more honest, more compassionate, more disciplined, more forgiving, more humble, more willing to serve. The world often measures success by what you have. God cares deeply about who you are becoming. You can have money and still have an empty heart. You can have popularity and still feel lonely. You can have success and still have no peace. But a heart that walks with God can find something the world cannot manufacture. Peace. Not necessarily a life without problems, but peace in the middle of problems. Think about a storm. The storm may be loud. The wind may be powerful. The rain may be heavy. But deep beneath the surface, the foundation remains. Your life will have storms too. There will be difficult days. There will be disappointments. There will be unanswered prayers. There will be moments when you wonder why God allowed something to happen. You may not receive an explanation immediately, but you can still choose trust. Faith does not mean pretending everything is easy. Faith means believing that God remains good even when life is hard. Maybe your storm is happening right now. Maybe you are worried about your future. Maybe you are struggling financially. Maybe your family situation is difficult. Maybe you are waiting for an answer. Maybe you feel like everyone else is moving forward while you are standing still. Take a breath. Slow down. You do not have to solve your entire life tonight. Ask God for wisdom for the next step. Just the next step. Sometimes that is enough. Tomorrow will have its own challenges, but tomorrow will also have its own grace. You are not required to carry tomorrow today. Live faithfully in the moment God has placed in front of you. Do what is right today. Speak truth today. Love someone today. Forgive someone today. Grow today. And leave tomorrow in God's hands. There is something beautiful about surrender. Surrender does not mean giving up. It means giving control to the one who sees more clearly than you do. You can say, God, I don't understand this, but I trust you. I don't know where this road leads, but I will walk with you. I don't have every answer, but I believe you are greater than my questions. That is the beginning of peace. Perhaps the most important lesson is this. Do not only ask God to change your circumstances. Ask Him to change you. Ask for wisdom before asking for wealth. Ask for character before asking for success. Ask for patience before asking for everything to happen quickly. Ask for discernment before asking for more opportunities. Because sometimes the greatest miracle is not that God changes the situation, but that He changes your heart while you are inside the situation. Maybe your circumstances will not change immediately, but you can become stronger. You can become wiser. You can become more patient. You can become closer to God. And one day, you may look back and realize, that difficult season did not destroy me. God used it to build me. So today, wherever you are, pause for a moment. Put down the pressure. Put down the fear. Put down the need to control everything. And remember that you are not walking alone. Ask God for wisdom. Ask Him to guide your decisions. Ask Him to protect your heart. Ask Him to help you recognize what is good and what is harmful. Ask Him to give you courage to leave what is not meant for you. And ask Him to give you patience for what is still being prepared. You don't need to know everything. You just need to stay close to the one who does. The road ahead may contain things you cannot predict, but you can face tomorrow with faith. You can wake up knowing that your life has purpose. You can choose kindness when the world chooses anger. You can choose honesty when dishonesty seems profitable. You can choose humility when pride is celebrated. You can choose forgiveness when bitterness feels easier. And you can choose God when the world tells you to choose yourself above everything else. That is wisdom. Not perfection. Not having every answer, but learning day by day to walk in the right direction. So if you have been feeling lost, keep walking. If you've been feeling tired, keep praying. If you have made mistakes, get back up. If you are waiting, be patient. If you are afraid, trust God with the next step. And if you are blessed, remain humble. Your story is still being written. You may only see one page. God sees the whole book. You may see a delay. You may see preparation. You may see an ending. He may be preparing a beginning. You may see a closed door. He may be protecting you from something you cannot see. So keep your heart open. Keep your faith alive. Keep seeking wisdom. And keep walking with God. Because the world can give you information, but God gives you wisdom. The world can offer temporary success, but God can shape your character. The world can promise happiness, but God can teach you lasting peace. And when everything around you changes, you can still stand firm because your foundation is not built on circumstances. It is built on faith. Before you finish listening, take one quiet moment. Think about one decision you are facing. Give it to God. Think about one person you need to forgive. Give that relationship to God. Think about one fear that has been controlling you. Give that fear to God. And think about one area of your life where you need wisdom. Ask Him for guidance. You don't need a perfect prayer. You don't need complicated words. Just speak honestly. God, I need you. Give me wisdom. Guide my steps. Protect my heart. Help me choose what is right. And teach me to trust you. Then be still. Listen. And take the next faithful step. Because wisdom begins with a heart that is willing to listen. And a life guided by God can become a light for others. One day, someone may need the encouragement you receive today. Someone may need your patience. Someone may need your forgiveness. Someone may need your testimony. Someone may need to see that faith is possible even after difficult seasons. So don't underestimate your journey. Your life can encourage someone else. Your scars can become evidence of healing. Your mistakes can become lessons. Your difficult seasons can become testimonies. And your faith can become a source of hope. Keep going. Keep learning. Keep praying. Keep trusting. And keep walking with God. You may not know exactly where the road leads, but you don't have to. You only need enough faith for the next step. And when tomorrow comes, take another step. When the next challenge arrives, ask for wisdom. When another storm comes, hold on to faith. And when blessings come, remember to give God thanks. May your heart become wiser. May your words become kinder. May your decisions become stronger. May your faith become deeper. And may your life reflect the wisdom, love, and grace of God. The journey continues. The story is not finished. Take the next step. Trust God. And keep walking.